you've learned to protect yourself so fiercely that now only few people actually know you. Only few people make you feel actually comfortable for you to express your vulnerabilities, for accepting that you also have self-doubt, that you also sometimes feel confused, and something that feels very threatening, it's to stop, to pause, to have a break. Because you feel that if you have a break, then everything around you will collapse. You feel that because you're holding everyone and everything all the time, you're not allowed to have a break. And that's another thing about women like you and me, that we have this internal regime inside that tells us what to think, what to feel, what to eat, how to do things. It's like if it would be constantly marching for productivity, for delivering, and that ends up in a person who is constantly performing. And performing, it's the complete opposite of being yourself. A person who is constantly performing, most of the times, it's a person who is also very tense, in tension. It looks from the outside like she's so confident and so extravagant, and she's always making everyone laugh and entertaining everyone. But inside, that person tends to always be like this, tense, because tension is who we think we should be. And the opposite of that is peace. Peace is being who you really are, and that it's real confidence. Real confidence is grounded, it's calm, it's directed, it's intentional, and mostly it's respectful. Real confidence and respect are so linked, because being a person who is confident in herself means that you actually do what you say that you're gonna do. So your own system, your own mind, your own heart, your own body knows that whatever you say you're gonna do, you're gonna do it. So there's this respect on your word. Now, the opposite would be a person that it's always saying, tomorrow I'm gonna start, tomorrow I'm gonna do it, next year I'm gonna do it, oh, this just one time I'm just gonna sleep here. And so the self-confidence gets so little, because if you cannot trust your own word, then obviously you cannot trust yourself at all. And so the other opposite would be the woman that looks confident, but actually she's just adapted. She's adapted to perform and to deliver and to be the one that is in charge, because maybe her caretakers couldn't do that for her, because maybe she's been in situations or relationships or jobs where she felt that whenever she wanted to be herself, she was stepped on top and she couldn't stand for herself. And so little by little, she started abandoning herself. Internal authority is not lost from one day to another, and it's also not gained from one day to another. First, we need to go back, analyze, understand the story, and check the moments in which that authority was abandoned, when you let others' priorities be first than yours, when you put other people in pedestals, when you had to be the one holding everyone together in a household or in a relationship. There's particular moments in your story in which your inner authority understood and created a belief that it wasn't safe to be yourself. So you started performing. And the thing with performing is that it can only end up in exhaustion. It only can end up in exhaustion because running on performance means running on a nervous system, on an internal system that it's running out of fuel. Imagine you are a car and you have no gasoline any longer, so the car is just doing its best to arrive to the gas station, but at some point the motor is not going to be able to keep on running because it has no fuel. And the same happens with us and our brains. When we operate from that place of exhaustion, at some point the chemicals inside of our brain, they just go down, 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 all the way to depression or other different illnesses or conditions in which many people think, oh, I'm just sad, or I don't have energy, or I'm exhausted. But most of the times there's a chemical disbalance. There's lack of magnesium, lack of vitamins, lack of sleep. There's too much of other things. You need to think about your mind and your brain as a computer, as a motor, as a system. That's why we here call Become the Director this process, because as the director, we go inside. Imagine your mind and your life as a set, as a theater. We go and we check how things are running. How are the lights? How is the sound? How is the people at the door? How is security? How are the actors? How is the cleaning lady or the cleaning man? We go as the directors and we investigate our minds. We investigate also our brains, our bodies, our heart. What for? To reach the soul, to reach truth, to reach that you are when you are not performing, that you are when you're not surviving. The thing is that this process, it's not easy and it's quite painful. Radical honesty is the key ingredient here, in which we start understanding people, places, habits, patterns, ways of relating that are not serving us any longer. And we start shedding that old identity. And with that comes leaving people behind, leaving jobs behind, leaving places behind, leaving even the way that you used to dress behind. Everything starts changing when you start recognizing the masks that you've been putting on your face just to survive. Then there's an immense grief. There is immense sadness to understand that for so long you abandoned yourself in such a massive way. That's why most people do a lot of different things to find themselves or fix themselves or unblock themselves. And I do like this with all those things because I've been very spiritual, very into consciousness, fifth dimension, new earth, all of the things that I still respect and take bits and bobs from each philosophy that I've been living throughout my life. But when I found self-hypnosis and hypnosis as a practice to enter into my mind, to enter into my subconscious mind, which is the back end of the website, if you would say. This is the front of the website, and the subconscious mind is the back end, is where all the programming is. So when I finally understood through my studies in hypnotherapy that we could go and fix the programs and fix the bugs and create new ways of functioning from the inside, then all the other practices became things that I like, I respect, but it's definitely not enough to think positively or to ascend into the fifth dimension on a mushroom trip. It's good, it's fine. You can access a taste of what your consciousness really is through certain experiences, but you're only gonna truly understand and discover and experience high vibration, high consciousness, manifestation, peace, and calm through working with your mind. So today's video is just to tell you, if this serves you in any way, that you don't need more confidence or more treatments or more retreats. What you need is internal leadership. And internal leadership starts inside of your mind. It starts in your nervous system, which is in your body. And if any of this feels uncomfortable, then stay here with us in this channel, because I want to make you feel like home here. A place where we can talk, learn, and understand the mind, the body, life, this reality as our own creation, while learning how to become the directors. So, like we say here, love yourself already. It will solve all the rest of your problems. Thank you so much. See you the next time.